The most important thing is to show up in front of people, whether it's one-on-one, a meeting, or an audience, with energy. Now, what do we mean by energy? Okay. So how many people get nervous before they have to go out? No matter how practiced you are, most people do get nervous. Now, what is nervousness? What is nervous? When people say they're not nervous, that's when I get scared about people, including myself. If I'm not nervous, it's the only time I blow it. Because nervousness is energy that's run amok. You want to take that energy and you want it to come out for your message. Now, the hardest part about that is it's uncomfortable for you to be like that in front of people. People say, well, I'm not comfortable. Okay, if you're not comfortable, that's a different thing. Go to your couch and curl up and watch TV under your pink comforter. Taking people's time by getting in front of them and yakking away or having some sort of Q&A. I mean, seriously, you cannot be comfortable. So that means your energy, just like the volume on a TV, has to be turned up. Your volume goes up, you stand up straighter, your gestures are bigger. If you crank your volume up, you have inflection in your voice. You pronounce your words better. I mean, there's something really good about that. And even though I'm working up a sweat right now, you know what's happening is merely mildly interesting to you. I'm sweating and it's merely mildly interesting to you, right? It takes a lot of energy to be merely mildly interesting. You have to be the same person, you have to be authentic, but it is dialed up. Q&A can be a real challenge in front of an audience. So say, for an example, somebody, because you don't know what they're feeling or what they're thinking, and someone asks you a hostile question. Now, this is not your fault, right? It's not your fault that they're in a bad mood, but the one thing you want to do is listen really attentively for whatever issue they're raising. And you have to separate yourself from their emotion. So, for example, if someone says, like someone said to me, who the hell are you to be teaching us communication skills? Now, I did not turn to somebody else as we teach people and rephrase by going, well, who the hell am I to be teaching you communication skills? No. I actually listened to what the person said. The issue they raise is legitimate. And that's what I was able to take with me, break visually, and rephrase to somebody else. What are my credentials? So I made the person happy, even though I didn't get upset or anything, because I stayed with the issue they raised. And the rest of the audience feels more comfortable because they know I'm not going to get rattled because you might have potty problems or whatever it is that makes you an asshole in the audience, right? And try not to say, the question was blah, 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 because then everybody knows you're rephrasing. Don't do that. Just start with the interrogative. Someone else said to me that same day, you must be hell on a date. What about eye contact in a one-on-one situation like a date? Well, no, right now we are talking about in the workplace. You just never, ever let somebody take you to their place emotionally. You always stick to the issue, and these skills will really, really help. Visuals, they can help, but also they can hurt. So what are good rules when you're using visuals? I mean, for 35 years, trying to get people not to use so many visuals, but people love them. And they get up there and they start talking and the visual's up there and the poor people in the audience, they're looking at the visual, they're looking at the speaker, they're looking at the visual. But since that's new news, all of the people go and they look at the visual because you've already been yakking. And then whatever point you're making gets lost because they're trying to tie what you're saying to what's on the visual. Oh. So common sense, you have to tell them what they see. Tell them what they see, then tell them what it means, okay? So telling them what they see means you look at the visual, you say it's a graph from the left to right. In a brief way, you tell them what's up there. It's like Trump won again. It's like the headline, right? You just let them know what it's about. Then you can start talking. You can talk all day and the audience stays with you. It's the hardest thing because usually people start to explain why they put the visual up. That's great, but do it before you put the visual up. In your transition statement, say, next up, I'm going to show you profitability and what we think it's going to be like for the next 6 months. Click. here you go from May to the end of the year. So often the visual goes up and the person says, well, because profitability is very important. It's so hard to remember to stay ahead of the audience. But that visual there is for them to stay connected to you, not the other way around.